I want to share a brief idea on Parshas Balak, something that I heard many years ago from my dear mentor, Rabbi J.J. Schechter Shlita, and really resonated with me in particular in the current times in which we live, and a beautiful, beautiful idea. And he quoted from the Apta Rebbe. And the Apta Rebbe, as many Talmidei Chachamim who wrote famous Sfarim, were called after their Sefer. And he was known as the Ohev Yisrael, the title of the Sefer that he wrote. And the reason that he had written such a sefer, and probably the reason that it stuck as a moniker, as a way of referring to him himself, was because it was all about love of your fellow Jew. He was an exceptional proponent of the mitzvah of Ahavas Yisrael, of loving each and every person. And he would tell the Hasidim all the time that in every single parsha in the Torah, there's an allusion, there is some hint to the mitzvah of Ahavas Yisrael. And he was once sitting at the Tish, and one of the Hasidim asked him and said to him, where do you find an allusion to the mitzvah of Ahavas Yisrael in Parshas Balak? If you take a superficial reading of the Parsha, there's a lot of stories in the Parsha. There's a lot about the Jewish people. There's about Bilam. There's about the Balak and trying to curse them, and then the bracha, the klala being turned into a bracha. There's a lot there. You certainly see Hashem's love for the Jewish people, and that he turned the klala, the curse, into a bracha. But where do you see that I should love my fellow Jew? And the Rebbe looked at the Chassid in surprise, and he said, what? There's a very obvious hint to Ahavas Yisrael in this week's parsha, because it's right at the beginning. Torah says, Vayar Balak. It says Balak is Rashi Tevos. Balak is the acronym for V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You should love your neighbor like yourself. And the Chassid looked at the Rebbe and he protested. He said, but Rebbe, Balak is spelled Beis Lamed Kuf. And the words of the Pasuk, which teach you about Ahavas Yisrael, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, are a Vav, a Lamed, and a Chaf. There's no connection whatsoever between the two of them. They make the same sounds, but the letters are completely different. There's no shaykhs, there's no connection between the two. And the Apta Rebbe responded with something that was more than just a cute knage, but was very, very important. And he responded with a profound insight. And he said, you have been my chassid for so many years. Haven't you learned that when it comes to Ahavas Yisrael, you can't be so precise about the exact lettering? You have to understand that if you want to excel in the mitzvah of V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, it doesn't matter if it's a Beis, if it's a Vav, if it's a Lamed, if it's a Kuf, or a Chaf, it does not matter. Because when we want to have relationships with other Jews and when we care enough about other Jews, we give them flexibility. When there's somebody with whom we are close, and even if something seems a little bit amiss and there's something's wrong, we give them that benefit of the doubt. Because that is the approach that we need to take. When it comes to our Ahavas Yisrael relationship with other Jews, we need to have a little bit more patience, a little bit more leeway. The Beis can be a Vav, it does not matter. We need to be a little bit more elastic. We need to be a little bit more understanding. Letter of the law, literally in this case, the letter is not going to be what brings us to Ahavas Yisrael, but it is so desperate that we need Ahavas Yisrael. We've needed it over the last months. We're needing it as Shiva Sefer Tammuz is going to be upon us soon. We need it in order to we need that achdus. We need it, and the way to do that is to be more open, is to allow others and to be accepting of some of the differences between us, and to make sure that we use that in order to see that there's so much more that we have in common, and that whether it's a Beis or whether it's a Vav, it's a Jew, it's a fellow Jew, it deserves our Ava, that we should, as Hashem, excel in the mitzvah of V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha.